Hello, my name's John Goodhead and I'm here to do an abdominal examination as part of my prescribing course. I would first wash my hands. I would introduce myself to the patient. I would check out the right patient's details, check how they'd like to be addressed. I would explain the purpose of the examination, gain consent and ensure that they were comfortable. I would then ensure the patient was sat upright. I would expose the chest and abdomen at this point, and I would undertake a set of general observations. I would then look for a general, if there was anything in the environment, any scars, jaundice, anemia, any obvious abdomen distension. There's any signs of pain, back pain, GCS, smell of alcohol. Moving on to the hands, I would be checking. I would get the patient to hold the hands up like this to see if there's any tremor, hepatic flapping, indicative of liver disease. I would turn the hands over to look for any redness, palmar. I would do a capillary refill where I press on the fingertips and release, and it should refill within a couple of seconds. I would look for any clubbing of the fingers. Looking at the fingernails, if any whitening of the nails, which would be indicative of low albumin, and any ridging of the nails, which would indicate anemia. Moving on to the head, I'd look at the eyes, just look for any signs of jaundice, pull the eyelids down, looking for anemia, and look around the inner edge of the eyes for yellowish deposits, which is an indication of high cholesterol. For the mouth, I'll be looking at the corners of the mouth. For angiostosis, it's usually a vitamin deficiency. Opening the mouth, I'll be looking for any signs of mouth ulcers, cancers on the tongue. On the neck, I would be looking particularly on the left side for Virchow's node, which is a sign of malignancy. On the chest, looking for spider nevi. 1 or 2 is okay, any more than 5 is a problem. And if they have any fullness of the chest, which again can be a sign of liver impairment, those certain drugs such as spirolactone will cause a similar effect. At this point, I would lie the patient down with their hands by their sides and ensure that their legs are uncrossed. I would be looking for any scars, masses, signs of pancreatitis such as the Cullens on the abdomen or on the sides, the Grey Turner, hernias, striation, pulsation, stomas, and abdominal distension. Moving on to auscultation, I would explain to the patient, I do this first because it will make you feel at ease, but also to avoid disturbing any bowel sounds. So I would listen to the 4 quadrants of the abdomen. I would be listening for the bowel sounds, frequency of bowel sounds, typically sort of 5 and 20 in a couple of minutes. Red flags, which would be an absence of sound or high-pitched tinkling. I would be checking for buets through the arteries. Buet is a narrowing which causes turbulent flow. And I would be checking the aorta, the renal, the iliac, and the femoral, if they're down. Then I would move on to percussion. So working away from any areas of tenderness, I would percuss the 4 regions. I would also percuss up the right hand side, checking for the location of the liver. Would be typically 6 to 12 centimeters and 4 to 8. I would go from the bottom right to the upper left, looking for the spleen. Right. I would also check the bladder, and on the back of the kidneys I would put my hands, if I sat the patient up, and tap on the tap. And I would also be, if I detected any dullness, which would be a sign of fluid retention, if I got the patient to roll onto their side, wait approximately 30 seconds and see if the dullness has shifted. Then I would move on to light palpation, again working away from any areas of tenderness with a one-handed technique. I'd be rolling my hands and I'm looking for any signs of tenderness, rebound tenderness, which is signs of inflammation of the abdomen, and any guarding from the patient, whether this be physiological or voluntary. Moving on to the deeper palpation, which can be done with one hand or two. You press, and what we're looking for, again starting away from any areas of pain, I'm checking for if there's any masses. I've been looking for liver edge and characteristics of the liver. I'd be checking for the spleen over again in the top left. I would blot the kidneys. I would look for the aorta, look at the size. Should be sort of 2-3 centimeters. Red flag would be if it was showing distension or enlargement. I would also go across the bladder and gallbladder if appropriate. I would then explain whether I would have to do a digital rectal examination and check the genitalia as appropriate. And this will conclude the examination. Thank you.